Hi, today I wanted to talk about trauma and working with people who have been through trauma in their lives. So often, most of us really have been through some kind of trauma or stressful event in our lives, either early on in life or later on in life. And having gone through trauma can have a really big impact on how we operate in the world, how we think, how we behave, how we feel. And what I wanted to talk about was how similar everyone who's been through trauma feels, because most people who come to have therapy for trauma think that they're the only one who feels that way. And I want to start with that one because that's the most common thing that I see, and that's why I want to do this video. So most people who've been through trauma feel like they are broken, or there's something wrong with them, or they're really different from other people, that no one couldn't understand them at all, don't know who they are, don't know how they are. And that is the most common symptom that I come across. And I really, really want to let people out there know that if you've been through trauma, that is super, super, super common. You are not alone in feeling alone and different and broken and scared and wrong and ashamed. Super important to know that. You can sort through this, you can heal from this with help, with the right support, with good friends, with a therapist. I've written a list of other symptoms here because I'm not going to be able to remember them all. So other things that people have trouble with after they've been through trauma, and this can go on for years and years and years if you don't get any help for it, is trouble making connections. So trouble making friendships or making romantic relationships and being able to stick with them. So have successful friendships or relationships. Chronic body pain is really common, migraines, headaches, pain in general. Being hypervigilant, so that means being on edge all the time, looking for danger all the time, like going to a cafe or something and always having to sit with your back against the wall so you can see what's around you. Being really jumpy, more jumpy than other people, so getting frights when the door bangs or someone walks into the room. Difficulty focusing or staying present. So you may drift off or kind of zone out or forget to keep paying attention when someone's talking. Problems with memory. If you've been through trauma, that's really, really common. So there might be, like, sometimes people describe it as bits of the script missing in your memory and your recall of things. So really normal again. Feeling overwhelmed or flooded with emotion if you get triggered, which could happen quite often. Feeling like you're a little bit like you're over the top, or some people describe it as feeling crazy or like they're losing it. Really, really common. Or the opposite, feeling shut down or going into freeze mode where you actually don't want to interact with anyone and you isolate yourself and pull away and just want to be alone. Having flashbacks of the particular trauma that happened as if you're there at the time. Having migraines or just difficulty sleeping in general is really common. Having addictions as coping strategies, so that could be any kind of addiction: overeating, alcohol, drugs, porn, sex, exercise. Super common. A negative view of yourself, intrusive thoughts or suicidal thoughts or self-harm tendencies. Having a lack of hope for the future, or a hope or belief that things are going to feel any better in the future. Not having goals or not having plans or dreams about the bigger picture. So people who've been through trauma often think really black and white and often really narrow focus. So they're just thinking about this moment because they're in survival. So if this list has quite a few things on it that you are experiencing and you know you've been through some trauma, please reach out and book yourself in with a therapist. I do have spaces available at the moment, but it doesn't have to be me. Just make sure whoever you book with, you really click with. That would be my main piece of advice. Happy to point people in the right direction if they're struggling to find someone, or if they want to work with someone other than me. Please just reach out. Trauma you can heal from. So it can be a little bit of a longer journey, but it's definitely something that you can heal from. If you're really, really struggling, there is an easier way to do life. You may just need someone else to help you see the bigger picture and give you some guidance. Okay, I hope that's been helpful.